taking pictures. I feel like I should pose or something. This one I wrote on the news. There was this story of this father who kept his daughter in the basement of his house in Austria. Do you guys remember this story? And she grew up in this house in the basement, and she never came out of the house. She was born there, and he raised her and had babies with her, and it was, I mean, just strange. So I kind of read, and the news reports were like she was, I think, 18 or something, and they finally found her and took her out of the basement, and you know, she had all these obvious developmental problems and kids and things, which is developmental problem itself. So I wrote this poem called Stitch. Sometimes when I think of the Austrian daughter kept prisoner in the basement by her father, I wonder if she learned to knit. Or, like me, if she preferred the stitch of crochet, a looser stitch, a lot like the pattern of a net. I wonder what she would catch. Catch me if you can, I say, when I let her free, when I let her run in the garden with me. When she brushes against the flowering trees, blossoms fall, and when they fall on the grasses, the ground blooms. A pregnant ground, a pregnant girl, and the babies move in her like candy and fruit. I almost know when she knits for those little melon head with stitches tight as a noose. Their cries are little songs. The only sound she hears from the outside world is that of the locomotive. I too hear the train from here as I slowly crochet a scarf, a net for my neck, strings strung like a rope. I read yesterday about a war in China, how the men soldiers strung the naked women together by their necks like caught fish. I imagined their skin in the sun glistening like fish. I hated to think they were so beautiful that way, and I went to them on accident in the fog of a long gray dream dressed in my new sex, where I moved through them like a locomotive. Even in my dreams I feel guilty, but still, they were only girls on paper dolls to slip over like a paper dress. And all at once they were pregnant. When I pulled my hair from its pins, it fell like water to the floor and splashed in a pool like a skirt. I too was pregnant then, but when I walked from my dream, I set down my pregnancy like a bag of groceries and woke, flat belly, flat chest, and my man behind me reaches with his big, big hands for the big breasts of her ghost. All these women are real to me. I catch them stitch by stitch. Lately I've begun to feel their hair, corn silk between my fingers. Corn, corn, these women smell like corn, and I eat them like a wild pig on the cob.